I don't have it.
So unusual.
Hello. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Striker.
My name is Luba.
Yeah, we haven't done a live video for a while, so we thought, well, why not do one now?
Yes. Anybody here? Anybody home? Can you hear us?
Yeah, we thought it was an hour ago. We've actually been sitting here for like an hour arguing about whose fault it was that they had the time zone wrong. Who said it wasn't mine. But anyway, so what are we talking about today? Should we wait for people to come in or? There he is. There's Dave. We can start. Okay. So what's been happening? Well, actually, what are we going to talk about? Luba, what's on the agenda today?
Okay. Agenda for today is little success stories that is going on now with our clients. It is the stories of the guys who met the ladies during last year, and now they're taking them to their countries, such as UK, such as US, and even New Caledonia. We have a case. So the guys are taking the ladies to their countries, and there was a letter that we were supposed to read, right? I need to find it. So the guy actually wrote us a list of procedures that he's done and how fast it went.
No, you're talking about the one from Ukraine Fusion.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I was just going to say that as well. Yeah, because basically we're just going to say some little stories that are coming in all the time, not necessarily from from our clients. All of them
our subscribers, we would say
subscribers and stuff. So anyway,
and
maybe
clients
we'll talk
as well.
About that.
And also we talk about our Zoom party, upcoming Zoom party that will be on 28th of May.
That's pretty much it. Oh, and then I was going to tell the story about how I went back to Odessa. I know that
Milan is watching.
I know that the title is a bit clickbaity. It says that I'm going back.
You're just superhero.
But I was in Odessa. It was pretty wild. It took an entire week to get there and to get back to Spain, and I got back this week. But I can tell you what it was like going there anyway. If you guys are interested to stick around till the end. Okay, so what's the first thing that we're going to say? I forget. Well, let's wait a second because people are coming. Let's say what's up to some of these kind folk that have joined us. Dave, wealthiest man alive. No, I'm not in Odessa, but I was. Barry, David Van Shook. No, Wook. Ray C. Michael Milan. What is up? Okay, all right.
Do you want to read this, like what you sent?
Yeah, I'll read this because this is really cool.
Actually, I don't know where it is.
I've got it on my phone. I also own one of those. Let's have a look. So it's actually interesting. I saw it in Ukraine Fusion, which, if you guys don't know, if you guys are thinking about doing this and you're unsure and you don't know who to trust or whatever, I built this forum, I don't know, 3 years ago, maybe something like that, just for people to exchange ideas and experiences and stuff like that. Instead of trying to watch YouTube videos from other companies that are trying to tell you this, that, and the other. So you can go and it's called ukrainefusion.com. It's free. It's a forum. You can post stuff in there. If you're thinking about doing this, go there first and write, I'm thinking about doing whatever. And you'll get bombarded with a bunch of ideas of guys that have either gone and done it, still doing it, thinking about doing it, whatever. So it's a very good free resource.
And also subscribe to our Telegram group. Stop shaking the table, okay?
I wasn't shaking it.
You were shaking.
Oh, was that my foot?
So
was it an earthquake?
Please subscribe to Telegram group as well, because there we also update with little news here. And yes, we are still in Spain, and we are welcome our clients here. So a couple of guys already went to Spain and coming, and some of them coming to Portuguese. So we are meeting here. We're happy to do that. It's a very interesting experience. Yes. So do you want to read this?
Well, I'll just quickly read it because it's actually quite interesting because it shows how fast it went through. So it was from Revolution, who's a pretty big poster in there. And he basically just giving an update of his girlfriend that he'd met. So he's basically, I guess, journaled his whole sort of journey in Ukraine Fusion. It's been very interesting to read. Just says to give everyone an update. So congratulations to him, first of all, for going out there and smashing it. So to give everyone an update, I applied for the visa on Saturday, May 7th. What's the date today? Not far off that. May 7th. On Monday, May 9th, USCIS gave me confirmation. Wednesday, May the 11th, I think it's a I-134 was approved. I'm not sure exactly what
it's
that
like different forms.
Yeah, they're just red tape, I suppose. Thursday, May the 12th, my fiance got an email to register on the USCIS website. She was nervous and confused, but we did the process together. They talked it through on the phone. She filled out the information on her end after submitting her questions about confirming her biography and vaccinations. 30 minutes later, she was approved. We received the approval letter saying that she has got until August the 12th to get here, so to get to his country. I think it's United States. It's a little bit of advice anyway in there, but some stuff not too important. But yeah, big ups for him for going and doing it. That's how fast it was. That's insane. Like we see our clients, you know, before all this stuff.
The same.
Oh
Yes.
So before. Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that.
Mm-hmm.
What was I saying? I've lost my train of thought. It's Sunday. That's how things roll around here. What are we talking about? Okay, so that's
too much
that.
sun for you, yeah, dear. Too
Yeah,
much
not
beach and everything.
You just call me a bitch.
No, you called me bitch
I
before.
think I'm a bitch, but just because I forgot some
I
lines.
said that
Doesn't
you went
necessarily
to the
mean-
beach.
Oh, I haven't been to the beach. I've been too busy working.
Yeah, so guys, it is actually possible. And you know what I like the most is that our guys are helping and assisting each other, because this guy who sent this message, he actually probably will be on our video sometime soon because he wanted to share his experience. One of our other clients, he did the same procedure, but he got a little bit stuck. And I put these two guys together, so they're advising each other. And I think for the other one, the process went faster. That this is incredible and very, very good. And I like that people helping each other. So if you have any questions about how to do it, and depend on which country you are, one thing I can tell that everything is moving much faster than anything else. You know, before to get to UK was almost impossible with, you know, applying for visa. It was like so long. Now it take a little while, and the ladies there.
It almost couldn't be any faster. Like I'm shocked at the time spent when someone actually starts to fill it out, and when they've got it, it's like, because I've applied for visas in other countries and stuff before, like when I had to go to China one time, and it takes longer to do that than it does for someone to actually move to the United States now, which is just nuts. So if you are dating a woman and you do have some, you know, rapport, relationship, something, not just a pen pal on some dodgy letter writing site, you know, it's not a bad time to do it, you know, because it's kind of, it's like you can trial it, right? It's not like I mean, you do have to fill out forms that say that you'll support her and all that sort of stuff financially, but that's not a problem, right? Because that's what we do as men. But in terms of like using, like kind of trying if it works or not, you know, there's no 90-day. It is what it is. I'm shaking the table, aren't I?
Yes, you're shaking a lot.
Is this annoying?
No, please, yes, for me at least.
What about for them? They love it.
I remove all the pens around him. There's no pens. There's nothing, but he still finds something to shake.
Okay, so
started. Okay, May 14. Wish me luck. Okay, perfect. Arthur.
Oh, well done. Do it.
Mama.
Oh, Mama's in the house.
Everyone behave well.
Arms folded and no swearing now. Okay, no swearing.
Yeah. So basically, this is the updates. And now, what should you or what can you do to also be successful and meet a lady and maybe, you know, this year apply for your visa? So we decided by request of our guys, you know, we had the Zoom party in December, and it actually went pretty well. We enjoyed it. Even Striker was like really like a little bit skeptical and worry and like, Luba, what are you doing? Blah, 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 blah. It's not our
thing. Never said that last bit. That humans don't usually make those words during conversations. Yeah.
We said something similar, but anyway, but I decided to try, and the result of that was so good that, you know, we were planning to have it again in February. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, you know, all why, but now we're feeling that the guys are asking, the ladies are waiting, the guys are coming to Europe. We're still doing a lot of rocket matches, and we have like Zoom calls all the time with the guys who are like doing the strategy calls and Zoom calls between the guys and the ladies. So actually, like for us, seems like the work is the same, like the amount of requests are the same, just we don't do the tours. We decided to have another Zoom party on 28th of May. We already have a set of the guys that were waiting for that. So we have about like 3 spots left for this event. And all you need to do to get a ticket to that Zoom call is you need to call us. You need to book a strategy call with us. So we get to know you. We see who you are, you know, what are your values and like what are the future between us, and so you will be invited as well. I know it's kind of a short notice, it's like going to be in 2 weeks, but 3 spots available, so please join. And if no, we're also going to have it, I think maybe end of June, maybe beginning of July. So if you not get on this one, please don't be upset, you're definitely going to get on the next one. So this is about the Zoom party. Do you have any questions, how it goes, how it runs? Ask please, and we will be happy to respond about that. And while we're waiting for the questions, Striker, tell us about your trip to Odessa.
I went on a special civilian operation.
It's called Blue Dress.
I had to go get Luba's blue dress. She was missing it, so I went all the way back. No, it was interesting though, because I decided to go back with a friend of mine who's in the chat here, and it was interesting. It was like a mission to get there. I had to fly like 5 flights to get to Moldova. It was nuts. It was crazy. And in Moldova, I went to Croatia, caught up with my friend. He had a car in Odessa, so we were going to take that car, but car didn't have enough gas in it, did it? Because he left, from Kiev, from his other house. And so
and the battery died.
Oh, anything else of the story you want to ruin for me?
I just wanted to know.
That was the last part.
Anyway,
so we finally got in there. We finally got to Moldova. Every night I stayed in a different place. Got to Moldova, stayed there. We were supposed to get a bus. There's actually a bus you can take straight to Odessa from Moldova.
Sorry.
From Moldova. But when we got out of the airport, my friend Milan, he had a brilliant idea that to just basically find a taxi driver and give him like a bunch of cash and say drive us to Odessa. But before we had to do that, we had to drive around, buy 2 jerry cans, fill them up with gasoline because you can't buy gas in Odessa, put them in, hid them in a suitcase and packed we bought like clothes at the shop to hide them in there. We got him to drop us off at the border, and we walked through the border with gasoline, and we got to the other side. And this past taxi driver, he'd organized a taxi, and he picked us up and got to Odessa, stayed there one night. And it was crazy going there, like I'd sort of not come to terms with over the last, I guess, a couple of months. It's like, you really want to go back home, but the reality of it is that this is now the mid to long term. Whereas before it was a short to mid term. It's like the mid to long term. So you kind of come to terms with it. You're going to be in Spain, learn the language, learn how to make paella or something like that. But then as soon as I got back there, I just wanted to stay in Odessa. I wanted to be back there. And when I walked into my apartment, it was a mess from when I was packing my bag. Stuff was still out. My lasagna was still in the fridge. It was actually in pretty good condition. Like I thought it'd be moldy, but I guess even the mold didn't want to waste its time on it.
On this one, I will stop you for a second. Like this incredible story, guys are really excited to hear. But let me answer.
It is what it is.
It's good. But let me answer before they unsubscribe, and then you will continue. Guys, the Zoom party doesn't cost you anything to join. All you need to do is book a strategy call for us, and we explain why. Because we don't want it's actually not a matchmaking process as I do it when you actually sign for some of the packages. But this gives you a great opportunity to get to know ladies, to talk to them. And it haven't been any single case that the guy was not talking to the lady afterwards. So to have a Zoom invitation, you need to book a call, and the link in the description below, or on our website www.heartrocket.com. Just book a consultation call for any convenient time with you, and we're gonna talk to you before 28th. And also, actually, it should be before 24th, because we're trying to keep we don't match the guys with the ladies. We don't put we try to find ladies who are good with good English. Most of them will speak English. We some of the ladies will be in Europe, some ladies will be in Ukraine, and also we want the age range. We try to keep. We try to what.
Can the ladies use the Zoom party to reveal their real faces? They'll be wearing their real faces. What do you mean their real faces?
Will she cooperate?
She'll have her real face on.
Wait a second, I need to.
Or maybe it's
my
like a
phone.
filter. Have you seen those filters that make it
probably.
look like you're crying?
Right, yeah, horrible. But anyway, so yes, some ladies are in Ukraine, some ladies are in Europe at the moment. So we don't know exactly who's gonna join, but we want to know the age of the guys that going to join. So the age range of the ladies will also be appropriate. Thank you. The ladies are not scammers because I mean,
yeah, don't worry about that. Okay,
yeah. If the lady put the filter on her face, it doesn't necessarily immediately mean that she's a scammer. But when people do the Zoom, like it's not really on Zoom. There is no filters. Like you can't.
Like don't just like when you think about dating, yeah, and when you think about dating in Ukraine, you're thinking about scamming and all that stuff. Okay, that's like so far over there. Don't worry about that. Okay. Now.
Okay, so lasagna. You meet with lasagna.
So I finally caught up with the lasagna. I've been thinking about it for a while.
For a while, I can tell. Since the first day, like you was like, oh my God, Luba, you know everything. I don't care about anything, like literal anything, but lasagna.
She thought I was going back for her blue dress, but I was actually going back for my chicken lasagna. Was it chicken? Couldn't tell when I saw it. I think it was beef. Who cares? But yeah, so it was pretty weird going back there, you know, because you remembered everything when you left, especially when you saw the mess and all that. And I actually remember taking a photo as I was leaving with my backpack when I went down the stairs of all of Odessa. It got like a big view of Odessa. It's like the 25th floor of the building. And I remember thinking that hopefully when I come back, that this is all still here. And it was. But actually that night, we left that day. We're supposed to leave in the morning. The next morning we stayed the night. But yeah, the car, of course, had a new battery, so we didn't get out till late. But that night is when like the 7 missile, was it 5?
The next day, after you leave.
Oh, was it after I left? Well, whatever. I don't know when we left. Yes, then we drove all the way back to Croatia, which is a long way. But
yeah, but the next day after you leave, like it all happened in Odessa. 8th of May, it was like pretty bad night and day for Odessa. It was 7 rockets and it hit like residential and the shopping mall. It was just it's just insane what's going on there. So, but for now, it's a bit quiet. And mom, even like every morning I got message from my parents and mom say, you know, it's even a bit strange that it was quiet night. There was no air raids because that night between 8th and 9th, it was 10 air raid sirens during the night. So people.
Yeah, like and the security there is like, as soon as you get close, you know, to the city, there's like big barricades of sandbags with like a tank on the other side. And like military, you know, they come over to the car, they search what you've got, they go through your documents. My friend had, unfortunately, in his passport, he had a work visa for Russia. So that was a bit sketchy, trying to extend some travel to Belarus. So, of course, we look a bit kind of dodgy, I suppose. But they stop you everywhere. If they even see you holding a cell phone, when they stopped us at one spot, they looked in the car and I had my cell phone just kind of sitting like on my knee or something. And they just started going off like, don't record. I tried to take I did actually vlog it from Valencia all the way through. I was going to make a pretty cool video about it from my phone. But as soon as we got there, if you even took your cell phone out, like they just started yelling at you and pointing guns and just being like overly, you know, I wouldn't say sensitive because they got to do what they got to do. But yeah, so all the footage going through I was a bit scared to do it in case they stole my phone and didn't give it back. But and when we went past the airport, we drove in through the airport, it was heavily barricaded. I don't know if you guys have been to Odessa airport, but there's the roundabout on the corner there, just sandbags up, and the sandbags have got like a hole in the middle, I'm guessing, so they can poke like a rocket launcher or something through it. But seeing all that stuff there was just, you know, because we go to the airport, women go to the airport like every couple of weeks to pick up clients. And now when you see it, and it's all barricaded up and boarded up.
And half of the airport is destroyed. So
no, it's not. Just the runway.
No, it's like it will not work, I think they said. But I don't know.
It's the runway. It's the runway. I'm sure it is. So that's that. That was my special civilian operation to get Luba's dress. Actually, originally it was to get Mama, wasn't it?
Yeah, to get Mama.
I was going to go get Mama, but Mama
can't leave Papa.
Can't leave Papa.
And Papa don't want to leave.
Papa doesn't want to
leave his house.
He doesn't want to leave his couch and his TV. So what can you do? What else?
Yes. So the beach area where you stayed, it's called 10th Fountain. It's fine. The actually big explosion was like 10 minutes from there. With the residential house, it was like maybe 2 weeks ago. It's maybe where you heard that the family died, like with a 3-month baby died. But that area is safe, Arthur. It's all good. It's a security thing that needs to be done.
Oh, the cell phones. Yeah, I get that. I was trying to be, low key and stuff, but I wasn't going to film any military stuff. But it was more about the experience of traveling there in 1 week and coming. It took 7 days to go to Odessa.
Please stop shaking the table. Thank you.
What do you mean stop?
No, just put your hands like somewhere here.
I'll sit on them.
Okay. So do you have any questions? Because we actually, for us doing the live video, it's enjoyable, but we don't want to be annoying. So if you have questions, if you want to know something about us, about dating ladies, where the ladies are, you've seen like some videos.
We're just writing the topics for recording next week. Let's read out the topics. Let's give them a preview of what we've got going on.
Why would we? And then what? Competitors going to do them?
They will too, No, we've got some videos coming up. So it's about the dating industry and what's happening to it. Yeah, actually, they're going to steal these ideas, aren't they? I know who watches this channel. Steals our.
No, I don't want to say. It's my red book.
Yeah, forget about it. Forget about it.
Yeah,
you just subscribe.
But we like, we're thinking a lot about should we do the videos or should we not? Like, should we?
What do you mean not?
No, I mean just in general. Like, should we stop for a little while? Because like we have one topic that is actually like I want to say, and we can discuss a little bit. Does dating during the war is a bad thing? Like, does it make you a bad person, right? Like, this is the topic that we're planning to do. And I think that, we got like different comments under the videos, right? Some people don't see anything bad in that. And some people say, how dare you are to discuss that when, it's a wartime.
I got a good response to that.
Okay, go ahead.
This is not many people, only a couple of people, but they're always the ones that have like the super negative comments about women or the guys. They're never going to do it. They're just basically just like building up more reasons why they can't actually go and do it. But it's like, how can you think about dating in a time like this? These people are on the blah, blah, blah. So my response to that is it's going to cost you like $30 to put your mind at ease. And that is to upgrade your Tinder account so you got a passport feature and then go and swipe in Odessa or in Kiev where everyone's life's going back together. And when you get some matches, instead of saying hello, how are you? How are things? Tell her that she has absolutely no right at all to be on Tinder. She should delete the app and she should get back to the war because it's just not the way that things should be. Believe me when I tell you that in regards to women still wanting to meet men, just because that there is a war, it has not changed. If anything, it has made women maybe realize that, having a man now would be beneficial to her in this time of crisis, to have a man to lead and to take her to safety, whereas she doesn't have that. And she may see her, her friends maybe getting help to get out of the country and stuff like that. She may not have that. So, I know it's not many of you guys, it's probably like 1% of you guys, but don't use this as another excuse, just like COVID, just like 2014 war. So, guys are doing it at the moment. I mean, we're hearing so many stories. I think I said that before, but we're hearing so many stories of guys getting the visas super quick, not because they're piss-assing around going, what should I do, whatever. They're going in there doing it, and that's going to be recognized by that woman as a man that took charge of the relationship. Because sometimes, as you guys know, we've talked about in other videos, that it can be difficult to lead in a relationship when you're out of your comfort zone, when, you don't fully feel in your frame, especially when you're dating in a country that's where you can't speak the language, you don't understand some of the culture. You're like way out, you're like a duck out of water, a fish out of water, But doing this, like, you can fully set that frame up for years, maybe the rest of your life, if you can still hold that frame when she gets back to your country. So, actually it's quite interesting because people we used to have discussions among friends and things like that. And we used to say that, the prime time for the dating industry, which is probably true, was the time just after there was some sort of catastrophic event like a war or something like that, after, say, Maidan revolution, something like that, where there was a lot of unrest in the country. People were unsure what was going on. People were, parts of the country were at war and stuff like that, and people wanted to leave the country. You could probably go back to like the 90s and fall of the Soviet Union, with the United States was like this mystery. It was like this promised land that they'd heard about, but they didn't know anything about it. And women wanted to go there no matter what, but that, and we talk about this sometimes with like friends and clients. It's like, that was like the golden time, put aside the war. War is bad anywhere. Everybody agrees war is bad. Nobody's saying war is good. But in terms of actually meeting a woman and forming a relationship with a strong bond as you as a man that can lead and take this woman to safety, those were the times, right? And it's not like we want those times back, but unfortunately that time is here again. It's just the way that it is. we could talk about it again over beers with my friends and go, the time to have done that stuff would have been, after this, whatever you call this war now, I don't know what the name of the war is going to be, to do it now, so yeah, it's what? What are you talking? What are you laughing at?
Mom just said that you look like Aladdin, and you just told that before yourself.
I said to Luba before this, I said, "You reckon I look like Aladdin?"
Mom just messaging me.
And she also thinks that.
Yes.
So that's 2.
Guys, do you think that he looked like
If you
Aladdin?
think I look like Aladdin, like the video. I don't know if that's a compliment or not. I don't want to live in a teapot.
I will rub it sometimes.
Oh yeah, I'm not late because I'll be asleep. That would come out.
But wait, Aladdin was not sitting in a lamp. It was Jinn. Aladdin was rubbing the.
Oh, he was driving the carpet.
Okay.
Yeah, see, Dave's got it here. So keeping some form of normality during times like this are a very good thing for people's mental health. In fact, I'm going to pin that one. That is it. Like, obviously, Luba's family is in Odessa. We know people that are in Ukraine. They just want things to be normal because, the siren goes off all the time. In fact, when it was off, it was going off when I got to my apartment last week, whenever it was. And I didn't even know what it was. Like, I didn't even hear it. I didn't even recognize it. I thought it was like an ambulance or something. It wasn't until you called me and you said, oh my God.
My parents met him and I said, like, what is going on? And Dad said, it's okay. It's a air raid. And so I just say, oh, really? I didn't
even hear it. I just thought it was an ambulance or something. But I can imagine that, like, people want normality in their lives, right? They want to be able to sleep at night. They don't want to run to some bunker because this air raid goes on. And this air raid goes on. So I've learned, no matter when there's a threat in Ukraine, all the air raids go off, apparently. But when the threat is not going that direction or passes overhead, so if the threat was coming in, say, from Belarus, it would pass over Kiev, and on its way down south, I guess, the air raid stops there. It's just that Odessa is always, I guess, I don't know. Whenever the threat passes, it stops anyway. But it goes off a lot. Once I noticed that was the air raid, I heard it quite a few times. But yeah, people just want that normality, and it's easy for some people, the 1%ers, who say, you shouldn't be doing this. Like, okay, tell the ladies that they go home and they go hide under the bed. It's just that's what they should say, because it's unreasonable and it's unrealistic. And I'm going to shake it until this anger of mine is released.
It's okay. It's okay. Put your hands down here.
Hey, Milan, what's your opinion on the Eurovision win for Ukraine, political win, and Zelensky's comment and that he'll hope
to host in Mariupol next year?
That's a real dig at Putin, and like, good on them for doing it, I say.
But today the biggest joke, and I really like it, they say like Putin wake up today and he see every news like Ukraine won. So
yeah, this is psychological warfare now, isn't it?
No, but
we knew it was going to happen, didn't we?
Yeah,
we knew that was going to happen because they couldn't lose. Like, if they lose it, it looks bad on a global scale.
And they said that they will disqualify them because you say like some words, but he said like save Mariupol and save Azovstal. And so in the first hour after this event, like the Google just blew up with the request, what is Azovstal? So at least like people all over the world like now know what is that. So it was nice of them.
The answer to the question is it is, of course, it's like there's some political stuff in there, whether it's right or wrong. I don't think anybody really cares at this point in time. I think even the people that lost probably understand. Well, I haven't even heard the song. You've heard it. You said it was incredible.
Don't even start. That was all day. Like
she couldn't understand how there was like a melody in a rap or something.
No. Yeah, it was kind of. It's a bit strange, but I mean the video for this song like was pretty sad. It's emotional, but what most people.
Let's just address this.
Wait, I want to say something else. What's happened before you do that?
On this one?
No, just wait. What I was about to say. Is that one thing that was said a little bit like new reality, like some kind of normality. Yes, people like some restaurants are still open. And, especially like I have a lot of subscribers to different like beauty salons, and they say, oh, we have like setups, like we have like, manicure. And in Ukraine, especially like a lot of girls, like they dyeing their hair, they doing their lips, they doing like a lot of stuff that can't be on hold, because if you don't do it, like you will look like a witch. But anyway, sorry, girls, but it's true. And so all the salons, like, they get back to work. But one thing, when we were trying to set up the call for the Zoom party, and I talked to the managers, and, for me, it was like I live the life. I live like two lives right now. Here, dealing with everything that we need to go through, looking for new apartments, school, everything, like a lot of like documents. And it's like everybody may think, oh, it's sun and Spain, it's so awesome. But unfortunately, it's not, especially when you, like, if I would want to move somewhere and it will be just by my choice. But when we were living incredible life and now we have to build everything again, that it's not like really that enjoyable. But what was like really stressed for me when she said, like, I said, let's do it like 8 p.m. Ukrainian time. And she say, can we do it earlier? I said, we can, but why not to 8 p.m? And she say, because everybody need to turn off the light. And I'm like, what? And she said, yeah, everybody like pretty much keeping the lights off after it's getting darker. And so they try to, like it's a law of the martial law that the light should be off. And I thought, how horrible is everything, when you leave and then 8 o'clock, 8:30, you need to turn off and sit in darkness just to not like, show up anything. So this is the new reality where people live, and of course they're looking for some normality. Of course they're looking for something that makes them happy, and they don't want to put their life on hold, because as with everything else, we, if somebody remember, 2 years, 3 years, we've been on COVID, and nobody was traveling, nobody was living the life, and this is happening. What you wanted to highlight?
Not this one, but I'll do this one anyway.
Seems to me it would be safer to meet in country, not currently at work.
Look, unless you've got, I don't even know if I would get back or that we would get back into Ukraine if we didn't have documents that said that, we had residency in Ukraine, because they look at, like I think I was on my British passport, and they're looking through it, and then the thing that they really take notice of is your documents for Ukraine, like the card that you have. I don't know if you didn't have that. I don't know if they'd let you in. So getting into the country, the only way you can get in is through the border. So you can't fly in. So to try and think, is it too dangerous for me to go there or not? You're not going there. Okay, that's that. You're not going to go there. It's a mission to go there. There's just too much stuff. Like, there's no need to go. It's much easier for her if she's there to leave. She's a chick. She can just go.
Yeah, and also, like, if you don't have a mission of getting a blue dress, like, it's really no point at the moment to go at this point. But we have a cases when, like, a lot of ladies are on the west part of Ukraine. It's very close to the Polish border. So if you are coming to Poland, she can, even if she's in Ukraine, she can get through the border and she will meet you there.
Yeah, and like if she's in Odessa, like we paid a driver to drive us to what was it? No, that was going there. But we could have paid a driver because we drove out ourselves. But if she wanted to come out, you could just organize. I mean, like, I'm sure that we could sort something out for you if you were, with Heart Rocket, to get a driver to drive out and another driver to pick up and go to Moldova. You can fly to Moldova. The airport is open. It's actually, there's no issues doing that. So that's so much easier. That's if it's Odessa. If it's somewhere else, you have to do something else. But you're not going to be dating ladies who are,
you're not
in
going
Mariupol
there. And a lot of ladies
Donbass.
are left. A lot of ladies left Ukraine. Like, trust me, like a lot of ladies.
We did a video about it. Did we put it up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So bunkers. A lot of people are going to the bunkers still when they hear.
Okay, that's what I was going to highlight, because this is so most people remain usually. No, that's not true at all. Most people who are there are just living their normal lives. No, so they're just at the start. People were running to the bunkers because they just assume that there's a big rocket that's about to hit the city and blow everybody out. But it's not. It's just the warning that's going on. The sirens, I don't know what it's like in Kiev. I only, know what's going on really in Odessa because I was there. And it's life as usual. We drove around a little bit. People walking around, carrying their coffee, eating their food, going to work, all that sort of stuff. One thing I noticed is that there was a lot, there seemed to be the ratios of like male to female, like you could tell that like a lot of ladies had left and the guys were there. So I noticed that, but my friend said that he didn't really notice that. But yeah, no one's running to bunkers. Like they're not missiles screaming overhead. I know we see the stuff on the news of these like devastated cities in there, which sucks.
They say
but that's different from like Odessa.
But it was like one day I was talking to mom and the rocket was right above your head, and it was like the day when it like hit this building. But they say that, the chances of being killed by, rocket is the same as like in a car accident or something like that. Unfortunately, this is the new reality. And of course, we would live much better life without all of that. I don't know discussing when gonna finish, what they're gonna get, like are they getting like these weapons, all over the internet was the news that US is supporting with the guns and stuff. Like it's very, very, very difficult because nobody knows the truth. It's propaganda, and I believe that this propaganda is from the both sides now. So I'm not like, what I can tell definitely as a Ukrainian, I can say that we were living fine and good life. Nobody ever press anybody for any language differences. So that it was a new law that in the shop they will speak with you Ukrainian, and if you ask them to speak Russian with you, they will still do. I don't think that is there any problem with that. That they start showing cinemas in like movies in Ukrainian, I think it's fair because it's Ukrainian. If you want to watch the movie, you go and watch it. But it was never pressure. So like why this war started and why this loser decided that he can choose how we should live, I don't know. And all we pray for the finish, all we like it's heartbreaking for me to see, even though like Odessa, great, it's safe, but the rest of the countries and the mental health, this is the biggest case, the mental health of all the people, that is like some of them not going to these bunkers, but some of them do, especially people with the children. So like who are responsible about the mental health of all of these people who are so scared, but they can't leave, and most of them can't leave because they have no money. Like I was talking to my friend, and they have 2 children, and her husband were selling cars. It's a good business in Ukraine. It's pretty popular. Cars from US, a little bit of repair and then sell. It's a good business, when you have money and you buy a new car, then you sell it, you make a little bit, like a couple of hundred, and then during the month you sell several of them. But now there's no business, so they can't leave. And so
yeah, I mean, like we when all this was happening, like we made the videos of like when we left Ukraine, and these videos were made out of, I guess, out of emotion, like you're talking about how you're feeling and stuff like that. But we don't want to do, an analysis of the war, who is to blame, who's advancing, who's winning, who's losing, because every idiot is doing this on the internet. And here's the facts is that on both sides there's bullshit. Somewhere in the middle there's the truth. We don't know where that truth is, and like we're never going to make videos just for views, right? Just to get people to watch them critiquing Putin or saying Zelensky is this or whatever. We have very, very strong views on what's happening that, even Luba and myself, like some of our views don't sort of align, but we respect each other enough to go, you've got views on this, I've got views on that, and that's that. Everybody's going to have their own views, and it's not our job to try and analyze the war and break it down. Why? Because we don't know. Who does know? Probably Putin. And to be honest, I don't think even he knows what's going on.
I also don't think that he knows.
So all of these YouTubers that are all of a sudden like experts in like in warfare, they don't know what they're talking about. It's just guessing. All of them are doing it, and it's like, and all that happens is like they have a prediction. Yes, I predict this, and then when something changes, they just change the prediction. They're saying stuff like, the war's going to be over in a month. After a month, they have a new prediction. Well, we can do that too. We could do that too, but it's just stupid. Like nobody knows what's going to happen. The Western media is feeding BS. Russian propaganda media is feeding BS. Every war since, I don't know, media was since the printing press came out is about propaganda. It's about getting the people for that country to support that war, because if the people don't support that war, it doesn't go well for the government, Yeah, I don't know. The shitty thing about it is that Ukraine is stuck in the middle of this war. That's what I feel ashamed.
Yeah, we have a comment from Barry. So I'm going to read it. He left it under our other video, so I'm going to read. First, glad to see you both. Miss live streams, found the video interesting, but left me thinking. If close to 60% of women decided to stay either in their country or move to Western Ukraine, rather than relocate for whatever reason, personal reason, then what would the chances be that they would be willing to relocate, like to US? If they feel this strongly now, that feeling may grow even stronger when the war ends. They may feel guilty to leave or become very patriotic or nationalistic, which is understandable. Same for women who have relocated to Europe. From what you guys have said in the past, most women want to return eventually. Won't it be harder than for a woman to want to date someone far from Ukraine, like the US? So I will answer this question easily.
Easily.
That's
what
piece of cake.
Yeah.
The reason for most of the ladies who left to western part of Ukraine is because they literally don't have money to go to Europe, or they want, of course, to go back home as soon as it will be possible because, they have their apartments, relatives, and stuff. My friend from Kharkov, she was staying there as long as she could. She stayed with her older parents. Her mom is not walking well, and at the beginning of the war, when everything was like crazy going on in Kharkov, she say, "Oh, it's not in our house. Oh, it's like another district. Oh, I found like one bakery. I bought some cakes, and we're sitting drinking tea with my parents." It was like heartbreaking because I knew that it's very loud there, it's very dangerous there. And a couple of days ago, I messaged her, say, "Where are you?" And she say, like, "My parents went to Poltava, to our like relatives, and I'm in Western Ukraine." Because all of them, like the parents are retired, and she lost her job. Like, they spend money first months, and now she live in a school on Western Ukraine, live with some volunteers, with some other families, helping with children. So she live in school, like in some mattress on the floor, because she has no place like to go. And in Europe, you need to go, maybe sleep in the same conditions, but you also need extra money to live. You need money for food, you need money for transportation, even though some stuff is free, some stuff is easier to get. But, trust me, unfortunately, all these countries can't still support everybody, because, it's getting very, very difficult. They were giving some free tickets. Now they can't give these free tickets. They was giving like some, they give a lot of benefits, even like here in Spain, before, to get any documents, like any work permits. It was taking ages. Now they give you a great advantage that, please, if you want to work, go and work. If you want to stay, stay whatever amount you need. So they're pretty assisting. But according to the money, even in Germany, they're giving this support. It's not enough. This support is it's expensive country. So this support is good enough maybe for some like small room and a little bit of food. So that's why a lot of people are not leaving. That's why ladies,
they're going back
they're
too.
going back too. I have I have two ladies that running a big beauty salon in Odessa. One decided to stay. They went to Sofia, to I think Bulgaria, and so one of them said, I don't want to live in this shitty like place that we found. I have a great, wonderful, new, modern apartment. I don't care. I'm going back. And she went back, and she's in Odessa now. Her nervous system is strong enough to handle that, and she's back, and the business is running. The other one say, I'm not going to go back, even though she live even in a fancier house. And she's staying there, living in a like little apartment, but she feels safer there. So it's a choice of everybody. But the ladies, nothing changed. If the lady wants to meet man, she's going to meet him. If the lady doesn't want to meet man, she will be just in that countries for some time, and then whatever happened. But the ladies, nothing really changed. You may think that like it's getting easier, it's getting faster, but people still, like ladies still qualifying the guys, and the guys still qualifying the ladies. It's getting faster according to the process of visa, but not according to the process of.
The difference is now is that you can sort of show, or inhibit what she's looking for, because the situation is there. Imagine if she was like, you're walking down the street on your first date, and like a dog starts barking at her like it's going to attack her, right? And you scare this dog off and you kick the dog away or whatever, and then she's looking at you going, wow, you just like protected me from that dog. A situation has arisen where you just get to demonstrate who you are as a man, because if that's who you're not anyway, it probably wouldn't show through anyway. All that's happened is that there is a situation that that makes you, that allows you to be the man that you are, your own sort of genuine, authentic self, not someone that's phony or fake. But it's an opportunity for that's been presented for you to take care of a lady, because that's what most guys who follow us want to do. Right? Most guys. Some guys say strange stuff. Like it's a comment the other day where the guy said, "I'm not going to pay you to meet ladies. They should be." I think he said they should be paying you to meet me. I was going to say, how much did they pay? I mean, because it could be a business. We could charge money for the ladies to meet this guy. Like an hourly rate, maybe. We're just spitballing here on ideas of what we could do. What else are we talking about? I have got no idea.
Ask your questions.
Ask us some questions about my beard. Ask me how many shades of grey in it. There are 30. No, 20. What's the book?
50.
Oh, there's 50.
You're not even close to that.
Whatever, anyway. But yeah. Anyway, we're just kind of just rambling now, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're just rambling. And there's still 38 people in there. So I thank you guys for... Oh, we just went to 0. Hey, did you guys see... What was I going to say then? I forgot. Oh, yeah, the markets crashed, didn't they? You guys into crypto?
Structure, it's a different channel.
Took a big hit, especially that Luna. We expand the business to non-Ukrainian women. Good question. We get asked it quite often. We actually would, it was strange actually. We were talking about this the other day. And it was like, we're not really we were like a Ukrainian dating company, matchmakers from Ukraine. But now we're kind of like just international, like Europe or even international, because we don't sort of really know where the ladies are. And we were saying, like, is it time for like a rebrand? Because it's sort of, it was all Ukraine, was supposed to be Belarus, but then they had some problems. So is it, and then it's like, well, okay, well, there's ladies all over the place, and it's not that, I mean, one of the benefits of Ukraine, right? I've been very open about this, and I'm the only one, I'm going to say, in the industry who's been open about it. And I wasn't in the industry when I blatantly pointed this out so that it could be, obvious, and we could stop, every guy could stop lying to themselves, and the agency owners might take note and go, okay, this is what it is. The reason that dating in Ukraine and countries where they have a lower socioeconomic value is because they need a man. There's no government to take care of her and her kids, so she makes better choices. Or she just understands the value of having a man that has invited her into his life, and she respects that through feminine role and his masculine role. That's why it works. That's only allowed to work because of the lower socioeconomics of that country. You go to Canada, you go to New Zealand, you go to USA, there's already a support network there in terms of the government. If she pops out a couple of kids, they'll throw her money every week, and they'll stop giving her money if she goes back into a relationship and that man moves back into the house. Therefore, makes the man completely redundant. Not just redundant, it makes an incentive for her to be a single mother, to bring up children by herself, which I don't think is right. What was the start of the question?
Will we expand the business?
Yeah.
Here in Spain, we like here, first of all, a lot of Ukrainian ladies, a lot, and we're moving to a different city now, bigger one, where it's like it's a huge community already of the ladies who moved from Ukraine, every city, different cities, so this is first. Second, I need to learn a little bit more about like guys here in Spain and the ladies also, because so far what I learned is that the ladies really like to go out, drink some beer in the morning, like 10 a.m.
Not with me, they're not.
Not with you yet.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, so I don't know, I know what our clients are looking for, but if we start working with the Spanish guys and then Spanish ladies, who knows? It's very hard to predict at the moment that we will have like a bigger database of ladies. This is for sure, because people are like looking, like they're asking about me, they're giving, context to each other. So this is what's happening, but we're still very not skeptical, but we want to work with our partners, and we want to make sure that all the ladies are legit, that we have feedback with them, that somebody knows them, because the worst thing is that when the guy talks to the lady and then they like each other, and then she disappears and we have no other contact with her. So this is not like this never happened, but this is like what I don't want to happen.
Yeah, and it's like when we were talking about this, I was saying that because women here want to meet men, like just like in any country, but they're on Tinder, they're using Tinder and these dating apps as well. But the issue that it is like I hate using these words, but like vetting the ladies that they would want to move to another country, right? So this is the problem. You can never screen, you can never vet, and I have a firm belief, I spoke about before, that if a woman meets a man that she sees enough value, she'll go anywhere with him. She'll just follow him. She'll just follow his lead, and she knows that everything is going to be okay. But for us to take that responsibility on in another country, another culture that we have no idea about, it's a big ask. And because we do everything ourselves too. We're not an app or anything like that. We don't have people going out there doing the work that we should be doing. We do everything ourselves. So for us to take, I mean, it was hard enough to take the step to do a tour, wasn't it? For me, it was like, I don't know, man, this is stepping into unknown territory. So to do it, that is very different.
Yeah, so we're taking like really step by step. We don't want to make any huge decisions. Even the Zoom party for us was like something very, like, we want to make sure that, we're doing it like that it is good quality. So who knows what's going to happen. But for now, we have plenty of work with Rocket Match. When the guys are talking to the ladies, they having Zoom calls, and then they coming to Europe, they meeting, and everything works perfectly on this matter. So I'm happy with that. And if you want to talk to us, please book a call. We remind you that on 28th of May, we're planning to have a Zoom party. If you want to take part, you need to also book a Zoom call, strategy call. So we will speak and see how we can help you in a big picture. Yeah, it's gonna be great. How do I keep my girl?
Does your business extend to Asia as well? No, it's I think you're probably talking about like Southeast Asia, like Thailand and Philippines. I know that some of those other companies are doing that, but when it comes to Asia, Chinese, Japanese,
I don't think so.
What about Portuguese? They're not in Asia, are they?
Portuguese is right next door to us.
Oh, I thought that was South, but no, we would never like not do that at all. Okay, this one here. How do I keep my girl from going back to Ukraine? She's in Warsaw, but she doesn't speak anything out of Russia, Ukraine. That's a huge problem at the moment because she can't work, she can't speak to anyone. She'll be getting frustrated. She just wants to go home and hang out with her friends.
She now, but she doesn't speak anything outside of.
Wayne, I'm going to say this to you, and I hate to shill products, but you should actually talk to us about this because should you be doing something here, or should you be sitting back? If she's there and you're here and you're asking us, how can I stop her from going back? That means that you're not doing anything for her not to go back. She's got nothing else, right? So I don't know. I would say book a call if you want it. No pressure. But I really, really think that there's something there that's a little bit missing, that maybe you may be able to take that leadership role and sort her out, right? Sort her out once and for all. Since Luba knows a lot of women and she knows Brooklyn, New York, does she know any woman who relocated?
Actually, on our Zoom party, we're expecting to have one lady who is currently in US, and I will talk to her tomorrow, so it's kind of a teaser, but I'm sure that she will join. So this is the lady who went with our client and his wife. This is her best friend, and she went with her daughter to USA through the Mexican border when it was still open. So she's in US now. She's single, a very beautiful, with a good English lady in her 30s. I don't remember exactly, I think in mid 30s. So very, very nice and pretty lady, good English, and she's already in US. So don't miss your chance.
Cool now.
No, it's interesting. I think it's great.
Look, and like the whole thing with those Zoom parties, it's like the way that I kind of think of this in my mind. Think of it however you want, but it's like you get invited to a party. You don't know anybody that's there. Like when you get invited, someone says, "Hey, do you want to come to a party?" You don't go, "Well, how old are the ladies? What do they look like?" You don't do that. You go there, you meet people, you just kind of mingle. Obviously, it's a Zoom call and it's a little bit not as personal as in real life. But it's never going to be. But if you want to do it and just as a new experience, life's about experiences. Sometimes, a lot of people talk about like good experiences and bad experiences, right? That an experience you have should be good or it should be bad. Did the experience you have, was it good or bad? My one of my friends was asking me the other day about, I was talking to me, he said like the whole thing with Ukraine was, was that like the worst experience you ever had? It's such a bad experience. And I said, not every experience is like bad and good. The experience was crazy. It was interesting. Something I'll never forget. So you can put things into other categories. Not everything has to be good or bad. You may go on the Zoom call and no ladies want to talk to you. Okay, it was an interesting experience. So you should try these new things. You never know where they lead to anyway.
Yeah. Tour in Barcelona would be amazing. I would sponsor
Danny.
someone to travel. I actually, for me, like we're moving now to Valencia, hopefully. And for me, there's something about the city that I absolutely love. I've been in Barcelona. We're going to go to Madrid. But Valencia, it's a sister city. Sister
Yep.
city to Odessa. It's very similar. It has incredible architecture, very nice areas, and the beach and everything. So
Mm.
we're inviting you. We're inviting you to Spain, and who knows? The flights within Europe is pretty cheap. It's like 50 euros, and you can fly anywhere from Europe. You can bring any like. It's very difficult. For me, I'm a person who likes action. And like when I'm on a tour, I'm on fire, already arranging something, doing something. It's very, very important for me. But at the moment, like I'm just overwhelmed. Like 4 hours a day, I'm learning the language, and then I'm like school and this and this and this, and like we're meeting our difficulties, like as Ukrainians here also sometimes, with the documents and stuff. So there is a lot of plans, and a lot of opportunities. And of course, like the same as I was happy to invite everybody to Odessa, to greet them and show them around, like we are waiting for you here. I know that a lot of you guys we're dreaming about getting out of US and travel to Europe. Actually, when Stryker came to Odessa, and he said, I just want to fly, like the flights are so cheap, you can fly for the to Prague, for 2 days, like very cheap, and just enjoy the Europe. And the flights are only 1, 2, maximum 3 hours. So now it's also a great opportunity, and now you have a guides like us here. So I think it's interesting, and I think that we've been really putting on hold our lives for a long, and nowadays I understand that you never know when the life gonna end, and you don't know what's gonna happen next in your country, in our country, in any country. So I think that you should take the chance and do.
Yeah, I don't like if you're seriously considering doing it. Like if you were like, I was going to do it, I really was serious about it. I was thinking about what time I'll take off work, or can I work over like remotely and things like that. It's really not that different, because even when you went to Ukraine, like sometimes like after the tour, the guy would fly the lady that he met in one city to Odessa or something like that. They would meet again. And the flights, to be honest, like flying around Ukraine is probably similar to flying around Europe, maybe an extra 10 euros, 20 euros, but literally literally nothing, right? So the logistical part about it is pretty much you just buying an extra ticket somewhere and going somewhere. To be honest, like going somewhere that's a little bit more, what's the word? Like more holiday-ish, I suppose. We always say to go to like Ukraine, but now you can't, right? So yeah.
Will it be different value provided to the cost charge and etc.? So at the moment we're providing only one service. It is Rocket Match. It's when you can talk to 6 or 12 ladies online with the matchmaking done by me, and then after that you coming to Europe and like to chatting with the ladies, and then you coming to Europe to meet with them. The price is on the website. It's the same price. Like we're doing the same amount of job, even more, because sometimes it's more difficult to arrange, with time zones and stuff. Now we're trying to be present at the calls because before even the lady were speaking English, we were like thinking that you should do it yourself, but to give more result, to be more productive, Irina or me, we're at the call, and we are there just on the background to hear, to listen, to give a little bit of a help in translation if needed, and to give you a feedback about, what was good, what was right, and be able to understand, because sometimes the guy's acting a little bit funny, sometimes ladies, and then I talk to the managers and I say, listen, like, why did she really like dress like that, or why did she?
We had an interesting one the other day.
We have the very interesting one. Like it was like first time in my entire life, but
because
yes.
Okay.
Because like no, I think it's interesting, but
it's kind of funny,
and it's true. I mean, we never, like, one thing that I like about Hard Rocket is that we never try to pretend that everything is great, we're the best,
or that the guys are bumbling idiots. That's what these other companies do. They said, oh, the guys did this. Quite often the women do dumb stuff.
Oh,
and when I say quite often, I'm saying I can't say that.
Go.
It's 50-50. Okay, let's split the difference.
No, but really, like, sometimes guys are doing mistakes, but it's like the ladies as well. So what happened is the lady, like, as I say, in Ukraine, the ladies always doing their hair, like extensions and stuff. And so there was a call, and Irina was messaging me, and she like always recording me like 10 minutes messages. Irina, like, she's like, this happening.
every last detail.
Every last detail, but it's good. Like, if I'm not there, like, I know everything, like, since moments. And so what happened is that she said, it was really funny. Like, the lady were like nervous, and she was like picking her hair, like she was sitting like this during the call. And then she was doing like this, and some of your hair, like, because it was extensions, they was like actually unglued, and she was taking it away.
And the guy was like,
and the guy was like,
I have to go now.
What's happening?
End the call.
She was like super chilled. She was sitting in her apartment, like, and then just like, oh, sorry.
Oh, it's brilliant. I love
this one I need to take away. And Irina said, like, I was trying to distract him. I was just shocked, that what is she doing? But, she was like casually. Then I called to the manager. I said, like, just talk to her, like, whatever. And also, like, we try to make, like, our guys are like the best. We try to make you to understand that this is the new reality, unfortunately, and that you have to dress like for the date. Like, you have to put something nice. You have to put the good light. You need to put the good background. Everything needs to be nice. And the ladies, the same, because when we just started, like, some ladies were just like, one of them wear the robe, and she was like, oh, I'm just so cold. It was in winter, and she said, like, it's so cold in my apartment. And I'm like, but this is also a date. So we try to fix everything that we see. And yes, sometimes it works perfectly, sometimes it works worse, but at least we're honest about that. And shit happened, like, honestly, it happened anywhere and with everybody. So we are not ideal, definitely, but we're trying to provide as good service as we can. I'm very stressful and nervous when somebody's late, somebody 5 minutes not connecting, but we still, like, we're going through that with you. And we looking for the best results ever, because we counting how many guys are doing the visas now, how many guys are taking their ladies who has difficulties. We're in touch with everybody, and this is, to be honest, like, absolutely incredible of seeing the impact that we have on people's life.
Yeah, it's quite funny. I had a realization when I was coming back the other day of one little decision that I made while I was in Croatia years and years ago that led to me being in Ukraine, 2015, and then in 2017. And I was sitting there with my friend, and I had this realization. I was like, if that little incident that didn't happen on the street that we would just happen to be having a beer on never happened, I never would have gone to Ukraine. The 7 guys never would have got married last year. We wouldn't be sitting here right now. It's just strange how just like one little insignificant little blip on the timeline of your life can just bump it, into another kind of dimension, and not just for you, but for others, And so it was just
even the way that we met, like, not how we met, but how we actually, like, met. Yes. It was, it was just really like, it was a moment of, like, time when somebody opened the door and somebody's going past, and because I talked to everybody, I just started talking to him. So
you actually told me that you thought I was arrogant.
Yes, I still think so.
You'd know, and I've asked you about that. Did you really think that? And you said, I never said that. And
I said that.
Oh,
I said that.
Anybody see that? 41 people have just heard you say that you thought that I'm not arrogant at all.
No, you're not. But I thought that you are.
Well, thank you for informing me of that. Like 4 years later, this whole time I've been thinking that that's what you thought of me. That's why I've been so quiet.
No. Yeah, it's a long story. Like, it's actually, like, I believe that, every little, like, thing here on the past coming, like, bringing you something here, is bringing you to the.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't going to say anything. I was just pointing up there.
Oh.
See that light?
Oh, well.
But no, it's true. It's like, just take one little step and you'll be surprised at where that ends up. But if you do nothing, guaranteed you'll still be in the same place you are now. And there's no one ever looked back from the same place they are now and ever said, man, I'm so glad I didn't do anything back then. Otherwise I wouldn't be here right now in the same place that I was then. You know what I mean?
Guys, thank you very much for watching.
Is that it?
Yes.
We're talking about, like, if we should do live videos, if they're interesting, if you guys, want to see more, whatever. Can you guys leave a comment? I don't know where you put the comment in the thing down below. But if you guys can like this video, if you want to see more of us do live videos, we might do one every second week or every week. We were thinking about doing them every second day, maybe even every day. We haven't decided yet, but something like that. You
want to do anything except cooking, right? Like, anything, you're ready to do the live streams.
I'm the one that does the cooking around here. Otherwise, we'll be eating borscht. And not that there's anything wrong with borscht. I just think that it's just.
I didn't make borscht even once.
Yeah, why not? We've been here for like 3 months.
I thought that you will say, "Oh, borscht! You're making borscht in Spain."
Why would I talk like that?
Because
have I ever spoken like that before?
But no. You cook good,
I understand.
Arrogant, you see? Arrogant.
Oh, yeah, I am arrogant. You're right. The whole time I have been arrogant. But we're actually talking. Can I tell them my idea of a restaurant? No. I'll open the restaurant first. But the only reason I haven't opened the restaurant is because Michelin only has like 4 stars, right? Or 3 stars. If they come up with an extra star, I'll open a restaurant. But they don't have one. Okay.
I love borscht. Okay, Wayne, at least I will make it for you, not for him.
He's lying. He is lying. And I'll
We
tell you
went-
why he's lying. Because nobody really likes it. They want to be
Striker.
they want to be supportive.
It's not
of your
supportive.
cooking.
Like what my cooking, I don't cook it for them. It's good. Like it's soup. It's very healthy and it's tasty.
I just
Hi,
don't get it.
Mama make it and she put a little bit of
Except for
meat
Mama's.
there.
Oh my God, Mama's here. She doesn't speak English. That's all right. No, I do like it. But yeah, some people love it, and I wish. But then again, I don't actually enjoy food anyway. I was born without taste buds.
COVID. Yes. So cooking is good. So we basically share with you everything. Thank you for all your supporting messages, and thank you for all of your donations and support. Like we send it to Ukrainian families on our PayPal. Some families who really, really need it, like do it personally.
We even sent some to the zoo, didn't we? Did you
Yes,
do that?
yes,
Yeah.
yes. That's not true. The borscht. Yes. So we helping families that are got in trouble, lost their apartment, something happened. So I stay close with my friends, especially with one who taking care for the very old single people who stayed, who need some medication, or who literally need some just some attention. So they coming and spending time. We also donate like some for water in Nikolaev, because our friends were driving like tons and tons of water. As you know, in Nikolaev they bombed the water pipe, and so there was no water for 2 or 3 weeks. They were very worried that in Odessa will be the same, but so far everything is good.
Barry, just book it. Sometimes there's overlap because we actually have a bunch of different calendars for different things, and so instead of trying to book, there's always overlap. So you'll see sometimes all of it available. Just book it. If there's an overlap, we will sort it out.
Okay,
manually.
and
It's just easier.
also just book a call, yes, and then I will see that you booked it. I will remember that is Barry L, and email us admin@hardturkey.com, and then I will just reschedule for any convenient time for you. Because in Ukraine I was doing a bunch of other stuff as well, so I couldn't do it like all day long. Here it's a little bit different story, so we will make it more convenient for you. We sometimes even do the calls now on weekends if we're around. And so guys, we're waiting for you. As we say, 28th of May, we're waiting for you on the Zoom party. It's going to be great. It's going to be interesting. You will be able to talk to the ladies who stayed in Ukraine, who are now in Europe. You will be able to ask all these questions directly from them. Event will be about 2.5 hours. We're expecting about something around 10 guys and maybe 20 plus ladies.
Yeah, so that's that.
It's going to be great.
Do it.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, as always, thank you so much for joining us. It's always a pleasure to talk shit, I guess, with you guys.
It's not arrogant.
Oh, there I go again. So, yeah.
It's all good. Thank you so much. We hope that everything is good with you. Dave, where is there another way to send money to my ex for my small one? Dave,
what small one?
Probably kid. Message us and
like it's really difficult to give like solid advice.
Yeah,
and
when,
we're
like,
always a little bit worried about someone saying, "What should I do?" And we give them advice, and then they go away, and it's like, "Well, he didn't." Like we can, like when we do calls, like we ask a ton. You guys have done calls, we do ask a ton of questions, and some of them don't even seem like they're related to what it is you're talking about. But we're always trying to figure something out from the background to see what's really going on. And then give you the best advice. Very difficult. I mean, like, yeah, you post that on someone else's channel, they'll go, send money, send it by MoneyGram. Well, where is she? Where are you? Like, how do you know her? You know, it says X, what, blah, blah. All these questions. Anyway, if you want to book a call, we'll definitely give you the best advice that we can.
Thank you so much. And also subscribe to Telegram.
Go check out Telegram. It's not so much dating these days, is it?
Yeah, but I still, like, if I see more people, I will
It's
do
more
stuff.
Just random stuff. All right, we'll catch you guys next time.
See you.